What's going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope that you all enjoyed Super Bowl 60. I must say, as a game, I actually thought it was kind of a bummer. It was kind of a boring game, wasn't it? I thought, I do like defensive football, but something about this game, I think also the fact that there was no Patrick Mahomes or like even back in the day when it was the Rams and the Patriots and it was a low scoring defensive battle, you had Tom Brady in it chasing. I think at the time it was his fifth or sixth Super Bowl. So the magnitude felt huge. This one, unfortunately, did not feel like that to me. The defenses played great, including the New England defense, who kept them in the game pretty much until the fourth quarter. And then at that point, it just wasn't sustainable anymore. And I thought the Seattle offense was so smart. Once they got up 9-0, it really didn't feel like the Patriots could move the ball or even get to a touchdown, let alone 10 points. And I thought, for the most part, there were some throws that they let Darnold make back there that I thought, were kind of taking a chance. But I thought Seattle kind of realized, you know what, if we can live with field goals, if we have to win this game 12-0, then so be it. And obviously then things started to unravel for that New England offense once they kind of needed to get Drake May or try to get him going with some down the field passes. There just was no time for him. I mean, he didn't have a great game, but the offensive line, Will Campbell, the left tackle, just did not, hold up at all, really. And I mean, Seattle didn't have that one huge big time pass rusher. The one thing I will say that I had a problem with is how did the Seattle kicker Myers not get the MVP? I get that, they had Kenneth Walker having a huge game, but at the same time, I thought, the kicker carried them. I mean, this game at halftime, it was all kicking. And I just really I get it. It's not exciting, but, at halftime, it was 9-0. At the end of the third quarter, it was 12-0 Seattle. Four field goals. He didn't have one miss. So I just really don't know how Jason Myers wasn't the MVP. He made 5 total field goals, and he went 5 for 5. And, Kenneth Walker, his stat line, I mean, it's a good stat line. He went 27 carries, 135 rushing yards, but he didn't have a touchdown. And again, even when I don't want to say when he got going, because he got going plenty during the game, but, when Seattle did score in the fourth quarter, it felt like, going into the fourth, it felt like Seattle had total control of this game. Because, yes, their defense was dominating, but there really wasn't one particular defensive player that was dominating. It was the whole unit. And offensively, they had gotten 4 field goals. So I don't know why we didn't give him the MVP. I would have loved to see that. That would have been history, the first time ever that a kicker would have gotten MVP. So that would have been super awesome to see. And again, look, respect to Seattle. Sam Darnold did what he had to do. He, didn't turn the ball over. He had a couple throws, though. There was a Christian Gonzalez play in the end zone where he should have picked them off. There was a couple iffy, questionable throws that Darnold made, but at the end of the day, he didn't turn the ball over, and that's what was needed to essentially beat this New England team. And I thought Darnold did a great job. 19 for 38, 202 isn't going to jump off the stat sheet. It really wasn't incredible. But again, he did what he needed to do to win the game. Seattle is so well coached. That defense the defense had, Drake May just rattled. He went 27 for 43, 295, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. One was a pick 6. But it really isn't about those numbers. I mean, again, if you watch that game, Drake May just really, 1, couldn't do much. He didn't have much time in the pocket. And 2, he had a lot of missed throws. And so, again, ugly game. I thought the halftime show was a lot of fun with Bad Bunny. But at the same time, like, I'm a Latino, so I know some of his music, and I speak Spanish fluently. So I had a great time and thought he put on a great show. But I also understand if people weren't happy because it was all in Spanish, I completely get you. Like, if I didn't speak Spanish, I would have been like, why am I watching this halftime performance that I can't relate to? But for me, it was for my target audience. I feel like I had a great time. I thought Bad Bunny was awesome. The music was great. The choreography, the set, all of that was a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, I mean, and even when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, it did not seem like they won the Super Bowl. I mean, it was such an anticlimactic ending, obviously because of the score, but also all the post-game interviews and everything. And, we didn't have the huge teary-eyed moment with anyone. It just seemed very casual. And I thought that was weird. So it's just a weird Super Bowl. And again, I think also missing the star. I don't want to knock Sam Darnold. He had a great year, and Drake May was the runner-up for MVP. But, it wasn't the Joe Burrow versus Matthew Stafford Super Bowl. It wasn't the Patrick Mahomes, versus Tom Brady Super Bowl. So it was missing something. And it was missing that big name oomph to it. And so, but not every season can be a super exciting Super Bowl, and that's all right. Overall, I thought this NFL season was really exciting. And I hope for my team's sake, the Vikings, that we learned something here. And it's that, it is obviously super awesome and helpful to have that superstar quarterback. But at the end of the day, if you draft well and you got beef up front in the trenches on both sides of the football, and your defensive line can hold up, and you can just rush 4 and put pressure on the quarterback that way, and your defense can hold up, you don't need the superstar quarterback. You don't need to have the 2 superstar receivers like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Like, there is value in boring. And I've always said that if you want to be a winner, it starts in the trenches with the guys that you don't even know their names, but those guys that are blocking. And honestly, the ones you do know their names is because they're not doing their job well, like Will Campbell, the left tackle for the Patriots. We heard his name more than we heard Charles Cross, the tackle for the Seahawks, who played great, right? And so that's one of those things that I think in team building moving forward, maybe it starts to happen a little bit. I just think, especially maybe in this draft, we'll see a couple teams that, maybe Fernando Mendoza is the number 1 pick, and it's a flashy pick because he's a quarterback. But maybe the team that has 2 first-round picks and picks a defensive end and offensive guard is actually the team that ends up winning that draft. And it's not flashy, and it's not sexy, and it's not going to get the headlines. But if you want to win, that's what it takes. I mean, Seattle, like I said, they've drafted so well. They're coached great. Again, we have the 50-yard bomb from Darnold to JSN. No. We didn't, and they didn't need it, because they won the game, and that's what's most important. So props to them. Seattle going to try to, repeat next year. We'll see how they do. I'm sad that the NFL season's over, but just like with most of these sports, the offseason starts getting pretty interesting and exciting as well with free agency and the draft. So I'm looking forward to that part of it. This was just a quick recap from the Super Bowl. My thoughts. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you like the game? Did you enjoy it? What was your favorite part? What did you not like so much? Did you enjoy the halftime show? Did you not? Here for it all, and hope to discuss in the comments. So you guys let me know what you thought, and I will talk to you on the next one.